welcome to Cloud OnAir live webinars from Google Cloud. My name is Magda and you're watching Certification Meetup. Joining me today is Yuri. You can ask questions at any time by submitting them in the box below this screen. We have Googlers on standby to answer them. So let's get started. The Certification Meetup dedicated to the Professional Cloud Architect exam today. As mentioned, my name is Magda, based in San Francisco, and I'm the global lead for Google Cloud Certification Go-to-Market. Today with me, joining in the interview and the expert section will be Yuri, who's also a fellow Googler on the CRE team. We are delighted to introduce the agenda of today's discussion. We'll start with just the overview of the current demand for cloud computing roles. We'll then continue with our learning resources and also the overall overview of Google Cloud certifications. We'll then have this segment of the expert conversation with Yuri and hear some certification success stories. And in the end, we'll wrap up with some benefits as well as ROI conversation. So let's get started with the demand for cloud computing roles. As we all observe, the cloud adoption only continues to grow, and the cloud skills are in high demand. So really people with the skill set to know how to operate and take the best out of cloud and make the best use of it in the organization, there's really a lot of demand for that these days. Specifically, the demand for Google Cloud is growing really fast. So this is the skill that's seeing the fastest growing demand. And when we think about some of the trends behind this situation, we may think about the multi-cloud trend. So our customers do want to have a choice of technologies that they deploy in the organizations. We also believe that Google Cloud specifically has a technological advantage. It's simply fun and interesting and engaging for engineers to learn about technologies like Kubernetes, TensorFlow, and all the other great Google Cloud technologies. So in this new world with growing demand for cloud skill set, the cloud technology in general requires a new approach to learning. And with Google Cloud, we built learning programs that are really transformative. And what we mean by this is you'll notice how our learning programs are really tailored to today's fast-paced environment and world. Our curriculum, our trainings are based on a job role. So rather than going by a very specific technology, we really offer trainings that appeal to a person's real life experience and a real life job. And then secondly, the reason our learning programs are so transformative would be that we really aim to help teams thrive and really enable this shift from maybe historically being more in the maintainer mode, shift into the strategists, innovators, and technology disruptors. So let's take a closer look now at some of the learning resources that Google Cloud offers, as well as our Google Cloud certifications portfolio. So we have several ways to engage in learning, and we do recognize that both various people learn in a different way, and sometimes we just need flexibility of formats. That's why in our learning portfolio you will find both modalities that are instructor-led. So really our authorized training partners deliver high quality and current content live or in a virtual classroom. We also have the same curriculum available in the on-demand format, so you can watch it at home or wherever is the really right timing for you to study. Cloud is such a practical skill set. It's really all about having the hands-on experience, and we are really delighted to have the hands-on labs in our learning offering where you can practice with all the Google Cloud technologies. And then lastly, we have our Google Cloud certified program, which provides this benchmark to measure your team's cloud skills, proficiency, and really providing team leads, employers, confidence that the right skill set is there. And for you as an individual, also the greatest level of achievement in your job role. So our proficiency and role-based certifications give you a benchmark for success. So let's take a look at our Google Cloud certifications portfolio. You'll notice we have professional level exams as well as the Associate Cloud Engineer exam. Our professional level exams we highly recommend around 3 years of practical experience in the industry, including 1 year of hands-on experience with GCP. And we wanted to show you this map of resources. If you are wondering where do I start, what are the available resources for me to get started and get ready for the exam. So over here you'll notice a map of all the learning resources and preparation materials that are available per exam. And if we review this journey specifically for the professional cloud architect that's under this infrastructure modernization path, you'll notice all the core trainings that we have available, the trainings that are available both on demand as well as classroom. You'll notice all the self-paced labs that are highly recommended to get ready for this exam. Additional resources, including our practice exam for this certification or any other, as well as the Professional Cloud Architect Study Guide, and a specific course that's titled Preparing for the Cloud Architect exam. So this study guide that I mentioned is something that we offer for the Professional Cloud Architect exam. You can either purchase this as a book, the hardcover book, or you can purchase this as an ebook, so whichever format suits you better and supports your learning. So that you know that this is another resource that's available for you to support your preparation for the certification. The question we quite regularly hear from candidates is what is the actual difference between our associate exam and the professional level certifications? Even though there is no prerequisite, so you can go straight in, take your Professional Cloud Architect exam whenever you're ready, there's no prerequisite. Some of you may consider approaching both, so it's good to understand what are some of the core differences. For our associate level exam, it very highly focuses on the technical requirements in the overall customer implementation project. So if your daily job involves building, deploying, managing, that's really the type of knowledge and skill set that's being tested on this exam. The professional level certification also focuses on these technical requirements, and on top of that, it really adds a very significant amount of business requirements and focus. So designing, planning, optimizing, ensuring reliability. So these are the type of tasks and skills that you could expect that would be tested during the professional level exam. And both of these work streams then contribute to the overall successful customer implementation. And on your team, you need people with both of these skill sets. A little bit more on our Professional Cloud Architect exam. In this role, this person enables organizations to leverage Google Cloud technologies. Specifically, this individual can design, develop, and manage robust, secure, scalable, highly available, and dynamic solutions to drive business objectives. Here are some of the more specific domains that you could expect that would be tested during this exam. All of this can be found on our external certification page, together with a very robust certification guide where you can find a very thorough description of the domains that are tested during the exam. So, Professional Cloud Architect exam assesses your ability to, for example, design and plan a cloud solution architecture, manage and provision the cloud solution infrastructure, design for security and compliance, and so on. Let's talk a little bit more about the format of the exam. The exam is 2 hours long. It is multiple choice and multiple select. There are no prerequisites. However, we strongly recommend the actual hands-on practical experience in order to be successful during the exam. When it comes to the exam delivery method, it can be taken both in person at a testing center as well as remotely via the remote proctored option. For the requirements of the remote proctoring, we highly recommend to review the FAQs beforehand to really satisfy all the requirements. And for both options, both remote as well as in person, we highly recommend to book your exam in advance to make sure that there is availability. So right now, I'm very delighted to have this conversation with our guest, and we'll cover some of the certification success stories. So Yuri, if you could please introduce yourself and let us know a little bit more about your role here at Google.
Sure, and thank you so much for having me today. I really appreciate it. I'm a site reliability engineer on the Google Cloud Reliability, the customer reliability engineering team, rather. You can find some of the work that I publish externally on Medium, on YouTube, and at GitHub. My team is really focused on helping Google Cloud customers design, build, run, operate appropriately reliable applications at scale on Google Cloud.
Excellent, thank you. So could you let us know a little bit more about your motivation to take the certification exams?
Yeah, absolutely. When I first started, I found myself working with a lot of large customers, looking to build applications and services at scale at Google Cloud, and often having to make, somewhat difficult architectural decisions around, exactly how to accomplish their business objectives, how to use the technology that we were providing to do what they needed. And I found that, I think the kinds of uh, experience that kind of going through the certification process has given me have since proven invaluable to do that. So I think my primary motivation was really to help the customers that I was working with to make complicated architectural decisions, to kind of understand trade-offs that between various services or various approaches, and to also understand how things like reliability and security play into those decisions as well.
Great, thank you for sharing. So how much time did it take you to prepare? How would you recommend to others? How much time should they plan to prepare for the exam?
Yeah, that's a great question. I believe for me, it was a matter of a few months, I think 3 to 4 months, although as you can imagine, it wasn't spent entirely on exam preparation. I was kind of doing it as I was also ramping up in my day-to-day responsibilities as well. But I would say that for someone who's kind of coming into it from the same place that I was, which is relatively little cloud and GCP knowledge, I would say that plan to spend maybe a couple of months of preparation. Again, assuming that this is something that you'll be doing as you're also juggling, all the other responsibilities that you have.
That's right, thank you. And in this process, what would be some of the most useful preparation materials that you found?
Yeah, another great question. So the thing that I found the most useful was really the combination of Coursera and Quick Labs. I went through the Coursera course on architecting applications. I believe it's called Architecting Applications in Google Cloud. And I really found that it definitely put me in a position to be successful when I went in for the exam. I think it kind of sets up the problems really well. It kind of walks you through all the different products and solutions that are available, so you can really start to understand how they all fit together, how to make decisions between them, what the trade-offs between them might be, how to also consider things like reliability and security and operability as you make some of these decisions, how to um, start considering things like scale and growth into your decisions as well. So I really can't recommend the Coursera class highly enough.
Excellent. So sounds like this combination of the on-demand training as well as the hands-on experience with labs.
Yeah, absolutely. Quick Labs, I think, is a great resource that really kind of gives you that hands-on experience. It gives you a way to actually kind of better understand how these products work, how you can go about connecting the two. Some of the details obviously are hard to communicate in an online class like Coursera, and I think those are the gaps that Quick Labs does a great job of filling in.
Thank you. So what would be your top tips for successfully passing the certification exam?
I would say that the biggest thing that I would advise folks, obviously after the preparation, right? Once you're actually at a point where you've signed up for the exam and you're taking it, is and I think this is especially rings true for folks that may find themselves, challenged by standardized tests or tests of any sort, where it can be a kind of a stressful situation. I think the biggest thing I would recommend is, have a strategy for managing the pressure and the stress when you go into the exam. Um, I think the thing that helped me was to really keep in mind that the amount of time you have to complete the test is actually quite generous in my experience. Uh, the test is entirely multiple choice, so I think that can place some additional stress because then you sort of, at every question you're faced with a selection of answers, and some of which look intentionally quite similar to each other. So it's really important to be able to very carefully read the question, really understand what the question is getting at, read through all the different options that you're presented with to answer the question, really understand the distinctions and differences between them because there could be subtle things that, could make one question, significantly more correct than another. And I think it's difficult to do that kind of careful reading and careful parsing of the information if you're all at the same time trying to kind of manage your own stress, managing your own nerves. So I would strongly recommend you really thinking about, what is it that you need in order to be able to stay calm during the test, really focus on the task at hand, while remembering that you're really not under significant time pressure, or at least you shouldn't be. You have enough time to do all of that, and then to go back through and revisit the questions that you had doubts on, which for me was a non-trivial amount of them. Um, and still come out of it, I think, feeling like you're able to give it your best shot and put in your best effort. And in the end, I think you'll be successful. But I think, if I were to advise someone, with really one thing, I would say, think about how you're going to manage the test situation itself, and what do you need to do to remain calm during it.
So Yuri, what was the most rewarding outcome of preparing and achieving the certification?
Yeah, that's another good question. So I would say, I think what I got out of it was really exactly what I went in looking for, which is how can I be better equipped to work with the customers that I work with to help them understand some of the, architectural, security, compliance, and reliability challenges that go into making these decisions as they start to build applications at scale. Um, so the most rewarding part for me was the fact that I think I did feel much better equipped after going through the preparation and the test itself in order to get the certification. But it's actually the training and the preparation what I think were really the rewarding part. So, and I know it's maybe a bit cliche to say, but I think the knowledge and the experience and exposure that I got to the platform as a result of going through the training were, I think, absolutely the most rewarding part for me.
That's great to hear. And so, in addition to the professional cloud architect certification, have you approached any other exams?
Yeah, I actually have. So the professional architect one was my first certification. I went on to get the professional data engineer one after that. Since then, I've also gotten the professional developer and the DevOps engineer one. That was the last one I got.
Congratulations. That's a that's a great achievement.
Thank you. I really feel like they've all been, I think, very relevant. I feel like I absolutely used the knowledge that I gained from going through the preparation for each of those in my role. So yeah, I absolutely highly recommend the certification preparation and the exams themselves.
Great. And anything else, Yuri, you'd like to leave our audience with today?
No, well, sorry, not no. I guess two things. One, you should do this. I think it's absolutely worth your effort, and you can do this. You can absolutely be successful as long as you are willing to do the prep work.
Thank you. And we are here to support you, share all we can to help your journey. And thank you, Yuri, also for sharing your insights about how the overall process of gaining knowledge, new skill set has been rewarding for you, and that it does take time. In our daily routine, definitely this is an additional work that needs to happen. So planning accordingly sounds like is really a key to success as well.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So we will proceed to our last section today, the benefits of certifications and the ROI. And let's briefly cover some of the recent studies about the benefits according to IT decision makers. And it's based on a survey from Global Knowledge. So interesting data point is, to start with, that for the IT decision makers who authorized training in the past 12 months, pretty much 2/3 did so to prepare their team members for certification or recertification. When it comes to the certification value, 93% of IT decision makers agree that certified employees provide added value above and beyond the cost of certification. And then 63% of the IT decision makers say the economic benefit of certified employees exceeds $10,000 a year. You can find more really interesting, useful data information in the link that we provide. Some other benefits, more on the individual level, distinguish yourself with a Google Cloud Certified badge and certificate, something you can share in your social networks, add to your email signature, and so on. For our professional level exams, you can receive exclusive Google Cloud Certified swag. You have access to the network and the community of certified individuals worldwide. And then at selected event, you will also receive some special recognition. So something we would like to leave you with is hopefully this desire and just knowledge that you can do it, you can prepare, and we wanted to equip you with some information about useful resources to now go and practice. So we'll take a quick look at the Quick Labs demo, which is the platform for the hands-on labs. So let's take a look at this short video to get you started with Quick Labs.
Want to start learning how to use Google Cloud using the real thing at little or no cost? Let me show you how using Quick Labs. Quick Labs is an online interactive learning environment where you can get practical hands-on experience with Google Cloud without having to sign up for a GCP account, but still access the full real Google Cloud platform at no additional cost. You'll learn using live real-world scenario-based use cases on the real Google Cloud platform, not a demo or simulation. Start with the essentials, or get deep into specific subjects in over 400 labs, like machine learning, security, Kubernetes, app development, or building your own chatbot. Make learning fun by earning badges or competing in lab challenges to show off your accomplishments. Visit google.quicklabs.com to get started.
We hope you enjoyed this video. We have some additional promotions today for our audience. We are offering special discounts on Google Cloud training available on Quick Labs, Pluralsight, and Coursera. You will be able to access these special offers until end of the year. Simply fill out the form to receive your special training discount and be sure to claim the offers before they expire. Go to g.co/cloud/training offer. We really hope that very soon we'll be able to welcome you to the certified community or definitely celebrate your achievement of the professional cloud architect certification if you're already a member of the community and just looking at the additional exam. And please continue to share your success stories. We always love to celebrate your success together with you. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Please visit cloudonair.withgoogle.com for more hands-on learning, training, and demos from Google Cloud experts. And see you next time.